Okay guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Q&A. We're here with episode 3, and before we get started with the questions, we have a quick few things to cover. Firstly, we have a question in the comments section, a question or 2 or 3 or 4 or 8, and that will be featured in the next Q&A coming in the next few days. In the background you can see some UFC 2 gameplay. I am Mark Hunt, he's Alistair, well not he, but you know, the computer's Alistair over him. It's a pretty good fight, and yeah, I thought it was a pretty good and entertaining fight. I had heaps of fun playing it. Hopefully you have heaps of fun watching it. And the third thing we have to cover is that if you're going to leave a question, make sure you leave it on the most recent Q&A. So I had 2 people leave their questions on Q&A 1 that should have been on Q&A 2 because they were posted a day ago. Q&A 2 was out a day ago, and it was posted on the same day that Q&A 2 was out. So make sure that you post your questions on the most recent Q&A, and before you leave a question, make sure you do that as well, obviously, and that sometimes you'll know when, you know, you're commenting on the right one like this one. So, you know, leave a comment below saying some more questions. So I will cover the 2 questions from the Q&A 1 that should have been on Q&A 2, that should have been commented on Q&A 2. We have from Columbus: what are your top 5 and bottom 5 AFL teams? I can't really say my top 5 and bottom 5 AFL teams because I don't really go like that. I mean, obviously my favourite team's Richmond, and my least favourite is probably, well not probably, but it is Carlton and North Melbourne. I thought I was going to beat Alistair over him there on Ground and Pound. But yeah, next one is from the lad: who do I go for in the NBA? I go for the Indiana Pacers. And will Liverpool win the Premier League or get a Champions League spot? I am hoping definitely for a Champions League spot. I can't fully expect to, you know, go ahead and win the Premier League, but hopefully we can, you know, get a Champions League spot and go ahead and do alright in the Champions League. Move over to the questions from the second Q&A. Sorry, I had it paused for a while here. I didn't mean to, but I don't know what I was doing. But I guess you can just, you came here for my voice anyway. So, first, we have Bill the Monkey 911. Have I ever played a Battlefield game? Yes, I played Battlefield 4, and it was pretty good, and basically Call of Duty copied everything from that game, it seemed. Am I making a Royal Rumble video? Yes, a Royal Rumble video will be released in a few hours of the time that this video goes up, discussing wrestling and the Royal Rumble, and it will be the start of a series. Ben Griffin has 2 questions. He says, will I ever do some My Park live streams? Possibly. In the future I could do some My Park live streams. I think that could be pretty decent. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of My Park. Next, Ben Griffin says, would you ever start live streaming before the cricket instead of after? And I'm seriously considering it. And what I'm considering is for when school comes back, I stream for an hour or so as soon as I get home from school. That is what I'm considering. Let me know what you think of that. Definitely in the comments. Should I stream as soon as I get home from school? When school starts back, I'll obviously have a video coming up because it'll be major for the channel, you know, that school's starting back up, as I won't be able to upload as much. I'll still hopefully get a video out every single day though. Sparky Games says, what was my first gaming device or console? And that is either, or it's not either, it's definitely the PlayStation 2, and my first gaming device was the Nintendo DS. PS2, absolute legend, absolute beast. Actually, I think I bought like 4 PS2s because I went through them so much. I have one like right behind me. What's my tip on committing to being a YouTuber from Maz and Sam? It is, basically what you said, committing yourself, not giving up. If you don't get views straight away, they'll come. If you enjoy what you're making, don't expect any money or anything out of it, and just, you know, enjoy what what you're doing, and if you enjoy it, other people will enjoy it, and that is my kind of philosophy. If you're enjoying it, other people enjoy it. Don't give up if you actually want to do YouTube, and don't get into it thinking that it could be a job in the future, and thinking it's an easy job, because it actually mentally strains some people, and I've actually seen a lot of people on YouTube. I don't know what they're doing, but it can, you know what I mean. So don't think you can get into it as some easy job. Get into it if you want to get into it. Have fun, and that is basically my tips. Just keep on going. So thanks for that question, Maz and Sam. Footyman03 asks, will I do an AFL Evolution career mode? And yes, I will. If you were in my streams quite some time ago, and even in some of my videos I've announced, we will be doing Kane Aussie, a returning feature player from Don Bradman Cricket 17 will be doing a Kane Aussie career, and we'll also be doing a star player career, or a Be A Pro career, whatever they decide to name it, which I'll get you guys to vote on like you did with the Don Bradman Cricket series, the Peter Hanscom series. Next question from Hawkeye19 Gaming. If you didn't live in Australia, what country would I like to live in? Somewhere in Europe, maybe England or America. I know there's a lot of shit like that happens in America. Obviously, a lot more bad shit happens in America than Australia. But I don't know, there's a lot of things I like up in America. Other than that, maybe New Zealand if I really wanted to. But yeah, maybe England, and the US, places like that. Other places, in the world like that. Jacob Comac asks, will I start up a career on 2K and put it on my channel? I got no plans on that at the moment, but I might be doing it with either NBA or WWE 2K17. So yeah, thanks for the idea, man. Jordan Dorling says, do I hate Manchester United? And there's one answer to that. It's a two-letter answer. Actually, it's a three-letter answer, and that is yes. Shay Boyle says, if you followed Shay Boyle, would you follow Shay Boyle? I don't know. Did you just Shay Boyle me? Zane Potter asks, what NRL players do I know? I know rugby players. I don't know. I can't name them off the top of my head. There's like Jonathan Thurston. I don't know. I know a few, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the NRL. Mr. LD Swish asks, who would I rather be, Batman or Superman? I would probably rather be Batman, but I don't know, Batman's cool, Superman's cool, they're both cool. Maz and Sam asks if I am streaming tonight, and the answer to that probably was yes. Cricket98 says, what game would you get the worst game out of, Coffin Dodgers or Ace Bananas? And he says he doesn't play those games. I have no idea what any of those games are, in all honesty. I literally have no idea what those games are, so I don't know, man. Yeah, I have no idea. Ethan Burrell asks, what inspired me to do YouTube? Basically, seeing other YouTubers do, awesome videos, I thought, whoa, these guys are really cool, and I feel like, making YouTube videos would be, like, heaps of fun. So yeah, I thought it'd be, like, heaps of fun, and I saw a bunch of other people doing it. Big examples for me, the people who kind of inspired me to get into it, really are people like, we had Munching Orange, Lou Roy, who else do we have? Smosh, and then there were a bunch of wrestling YouTubers. I'll name mainly some Australian wrestling YouTubers like Grossi and Snazzy Wrestling back in the day. Also Mason Reviews WWE. Ooh. And yeah, those type of YouTubers. I don't remember the guy, but he was really cool. There was also Sean's View Entertainment. He was a buddy. I didn't even like him. He was just associated with that weird wrestling group. Well, not weird, but like he still does YouTube. I don't have an opinion on Sean's View Entertainment. Okay, he's a bit, I don't know, but wrestling YouTubers, Pokemon YouTubers, and yeah, just overall seeing other YouTubers make videos, and I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool. I reckon I could give that a shot, and I did, and they were really, really crap until recently, and some may say that they're still crap. Ethan also asks, if my subs got extremely high, would I consider it as a job? And my answer to that is no. I don't think I'll ever stop doing YouTube until it dies, but I also think that I wouldn't ever do it as a full-time job. Firstly, you got to think, as a job, YouTube isn't a stable income. It runs off views, likes, and a bunch of different algorithms depending on who you are with. So, firstly, not a stable income. Secondly, there's other things that I want to do in my life. I don't want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. I want to be things like, like I answered in the last Q&A, a sports journalist, possibly starting up my own wrestling company, radio host, sports commentator in the future maybe, things like that. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever see it or do it as a full-time job. I think I'll also do other things on the side, but I think I'll continue YouTube until I get really bored of it. Anyway, guys, leave some more questions for the next Q&A. As you can see, we won. Pretty interesting fight there. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it. If you have, please smash the like button and subscribe. I'm Ken. You've been the viewer. Until next time, peace.